Welcome to the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. This is a one-of-a-kind event that we will have only here on Sharks, courtesy of Reelive TV. My name is Noel Zarate, and we have 8 of the best pros in the Philippines trying to outwit and outlast each other in this competition. And today, we will be starting with the youngest of the group, the 15-year-old Bernie Regalario. Now, Bernie, you saw the lineup here today. You're going up against your kuyas, as we say. What's going through your mind right now before we begin?
I give my best. Tsaka, makasali lang po ako dito sa mga pro po.
Well, he said he's going to give his best, and all he wants to do is just hang with the pros here today. Can the 15-year-old get it done? We will find out. He will be contestant number 1 in the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. All right, this is the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. And before we begin, this is Noel Zarate once again. Manny Argonza is going to be helping us out here today. And Manny, let's take a look at the rules of engagement here in this one-of-a-kind event.
All right, so we have an 8-player format, okay? And as the rules say, the first one is time starts.
Yeah,
Time starts when player first hits the cue ball. This is done using a stopwatch, okay? And the stopwatch, I believe, will be displayed also on screen.
Yes, it will be.
All right. Number 2, the cue ball must not be moving when the player takes a shot. However, object balls are allowed to still be in motion. So, pwede mong tirahin yung mga bola habang yung mga object balls tuloy-tuloy. Number 3, balls can be sunk in any order except for the 10 ball, which must be sunk last.
Okay.
No? So, huling papasukin. Number 4, all shots must be legal. Any foul or missed shot will result in a 10-second penalty. The cue ball, number 5, the cue ball or object ball must hit a cushion, otherwise a foul occurs. That's a cushion or a pocket.
That's right. So, first round, we'll have 8 players going, and we will have 3 racks each player. So each player is going to go through 3 racks. So when they're done with their first rack, we will do a re-rack, and then we will continue until the final time is established. Now, this is for all 8 players. Now, our referee is going to be taking tabs on all of the penalties that will be incurred during the 3 racks that are going to be played. So I guess that's going to be clear. The first round, the bottom 3 players will be eliminated in the first round. So we will have only 5 advancing to the next round. So again, 3 racks to finish. So each player is going to have 3 racks consecutively. We will get the final time before we move on to the next player.
And the second round we'll have the same format. Okay, 5 players left, and then the last 3 will be eliminated. We're talking about the last 3 who has the highest time scores.
That's right. And of course, the final round, we'll have 2 players remaining, and they will get 7 racks to finish. And the player with the fastest time wins the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. We will get to know all the players as we go along, and we will begin with the youngest of the group, the 15-year-old Bernie Regalario.
All right, and so we are looking for the fastest stick.
All right, here we go now. Bernie Regalario is going to set us in motion. The moment that the cue ball hits the moment the cue ball hits something, we will begin the time. You can see the time on the bottom right side of your screens right here at the Reelive Network. So thanks for joining us. We are doing an all-English commentary here today, Mr. Argonza, for our friends from around the world.
Yes, we're looking for the fastest stick this side of the globe. And here comes Bernie Regalario to start off this competition.
So what's the strategy here? He noticeably he had a soft break instead of trying to get all of the balls scattered. And you can see the time has already begun here. Okay. The 10 ball was the one that went down. So Jaynard Orque, our referee, had to respot the 10.
And there we go. The 15-year-old running around the table. Okay, running through those balls as fast as he can.
Yeah, they should favor really the youthful members of the competition here. And Bernie Regalario, well, our 15-year-old is running around right now, 34 seconds in. No penalties yet. Of course, the penalties occur when he creates a foul or misses a shot.
Well, he is looking good on this rack. That kind of sounded funny.
And this one is still ongoing. 50 seconds, 54. Missed that. That's going to be plus 10 for Bernie Regalario. And he is still...
Again, that's another plus 10.
And the official time...
Okay, so that score you see, that time score you see, he will be...
Oh, that's a 106 plus 10.
He will be penalized plus a total of a plus 20 seconds because he had 2 misses.
So, okay, so we are still checking this one out. So, before we begin the second rack, 106.25. Let's see if Jaynard Orque, our referee, is he going to tag on the penalties now, or is he going to wait until the end of it? I think wait till the end. Yeah.
It will be at the end. So, as of now, okay, without the penalties in play, or rather, not the penalty is not yet calculated into it. So Bernie took 1 minute and 6 seconds approximately to finish off that first rack.
So he's working with a plus 20 right now. Bernie Regalario now in his second rack. The moment this cue ball hits the pile, time will resume. And time has resumed right now. So again, Manny, you're using a soft break here. This is probably going to be the strategy of choice so that the balls don't, or the cue ball doesn't really move around too much.
Yes, because, well, on a powerful break, you might lose control of the cue ball and have it scratch. So most of them will be using a more controlled break so as to avoid a scratch.
Well, Bernie, so far, no penalties yet in his second rack. And he continues to run around the table. It's going to be interesting what the strategies are going to be for all of our players there. Nice shot on the 7 ball. Again, this is not in sequential order. The only thing that needs to go down last is the 10 ball. Now, we ask, can you use the 10 as a combination ball? Yes, you can.
Oh, this is fun. I can't remember the last time I saw pool players running around the table this much.
I remember during the rehearsal. We'll talk about that in just a bit. And this 10 ball right now, the cue ball has to stop, and that's it. 207 added to the initial 106 with no penalties here in the second round.
That's slightly better.
Yeah,
that's
right.
like a minute and a second on the second rack.
So still on 2 penalties is Bernie Regalario as we are about to begin rack number 3, and Jaynard Orca is looking for one of the missing balls, and he has found it. That is our referee, one of our amateurs here who plays at the Sharks 9-Ball Showdown, who has a Fargo rating in the United States. Bernie Regalario, the 15-year-old. And just for the consumption of all of our audience members, we are going in this round in terms of youngest to oldest. That's really interesting. So this will be rack number 3 now. This will be rack number 3 now for Bernie Regalario. Yeah. See if he can tag on. Less time than that 101, which is kind of impressive already. No penalties.
Well, he has to make up time for that additional 20 seconds. So let's see what Bernie Regalario will do.
Well, he can hit the balls when they're still in motion as long as the cue ball is no longer in motion. So he's got a pretty good layout here. Remember, the 10 ball has to be last, but the 10 ball can be used as a combination ball. And it'll be interesting also to see how the players take on intentional fouls. And there are intentional fouls also here that you can use for strategy. Yeah. Well, Benok is really running through. He's got to wait for the cue ball to stop.
Well, he's looking good. He's looking good.
Yeah, last 3 balls right now. Of course, the penalties was 20 seconds earlier. That was in the first round. Here in the final rack for Benok Regalario.
Oh, that's good time.
That's it. All right, there you go. The cue ball just stopped at 3:04. So you add on the 20-second penalty. You add on the 20-second penalty. The official time is going to be 3 minutes 24.02.
On that last rack, it took just 57 seconds for Bernie Regalario to finish it.
That's right. So again, we will tack on 20 seconds. That was the penalty from the first round. No penalties in rounds 2 or racks 2 and racks 3 for Benok Regalario. So that will be 3 minutes 24 seconds, 0.02. So let's see if we can get the official graphic on that on the screen. So again, Bernie Regalario. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. So 3:24.02. So that is the official time now. With 2 penalties in the first round. That's it. No penalties in the second, no penalties in the third.
All right, so I hope you guys are liking this speed pool. Now this is more of a different format, something to bring, something new here in the local pool scene. Upcoming next, oh, here we go. On your screens now, you see player Bernie Regalario with a time of, an official time of 3 minutes, 4.2 seconds. Okay, and he had 2 missed shots, no fouls, and his final score, including penalties, would be 3 minutes, 24.2 seconds. All right. Upcoming player coming up next would be Anton Raga, the recent champion of the 10 Open, the Quezon City 10-ball Open.
Hello, hello, hello. Test mic, wala.
Okay, so coming onto your screen will be Noel Zarate interviewing the next player, Anton Raga. Hang on.
Quiet, game. All right, that was an interesting round there coming from Bernie Regalario. We have set the bar now. Coming up next is our 23-year-old from Banares, Cebu, Anton Raga. Bernie Regalario, what's your strategy going to be coming into this one?
Kailangan di ako sumablay kahit papano hindi ma-plastin yung ano ko. Kailangan perfect yung kalat ng bola.
All right, Anton says he just doesn't want to miss, and he just wants the balls to be scattered perfectly. That's the best interpretation I could do about that. Manny?
All right, so here we go for Anton Raga. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to remind you that each player is given 3 racks to finish, and the total score, the total time score of that 3 racks, plus any incurred penalties, okay, will make up their final score. All right. And of course, pa-shoutout din sa mga kamag-anak ni Bernie Regalario, mga proud tito at kapatid at iba pang kamag-anak dito. All right.
All right. So again, thank you for joining us here in the Reelive Network. Noel Zarate back from going downstairs to upstairs. You know what? This is also a workout for me, right?
Oh, yeah.
Coming from up here, going down to interview the players. And these players said, you have to speak in English. And then Anton Raga goes and does completely something different. So I'm going to have to be interpreting for these gentlemen.
Well, good thing he didn't speak in his native Bisaya.
That would have been hard.
Uh-huh.
Look at that. He looks like he's ready to go. Anton Raga. Again, this kid's got a winning streak in this building, Manny.
Okay, and let's see if he can still pull it off as the fastest stick this side of the West.
Right, so the 324, that was a pretty good bar to set for the 15-year-old Bernie Regalario. And you notice Anton Raga isn't running around the table as much as Benok did earlier, so he's just really staying there planting his shots. How do you prep for your next shot when you're doing speed pool?
Check out Anton's strategy. He's actually doing it section by section, so he doesn't have to run around the table. Okay, he's pretty much figured out that.
Ooh, 10 seconds though.
That's a penalty, a miss there for Anton Raga.
Yeah, that sort of stopped his momentum right now. He's at 46 seconds. 10 ball is the last to go. And the cue ball has to stop before you shoot your next shot. And he may have overran this 10. Oh. He's at a minute now, Manny.
He's going to take it to the side. And
20-second penalty now. There you go.
All right.
And a minute and 10 plus 2 penalties, which will be tacked on later by our referee, Jaynard Orque. It looked to be a pretty good start there for Anton, but when he missed that last ball, things slowed down for him, man.
And, okay, he's probably getting the feel of this as well. Okay, if I remember right, I think it's also Anton's first time to play speed pool, right?
It is. Well, the two guys, of course, Bernie Regalario and Anton Raga. So there was a 20-second penalty that will be tacked on to the end of the 3 racks. This is rack number 2 now for Anton Raga. Again, time starts when contact is made with the pile, and the time continues now for Anton Raga. Now, even if the object balls are moving, he can shoot, or even if the other balls are moving, as long as the cue ball doesn't move, he can shoot.
Okay. As far as
another one.
As far as speed pool is concerned, okay. Now, clusters like that, like the 7 and 9, those are major disasters. Okay, and we remember Bernie Regalario already made like 2 penalties on his first rack. Same with Anton, but Anton took 6 seconds longer than Bernie.
But he also has a penalty in this rack for missing one of the shots as well. And he still hasn't addressed that cluster with the 7-9. He's trying to address it again. He didn't get it again.
He's had 3 misses on that cluster. He made contact on his first, however, just returned as it is. And check this out. That 7 ball just doesn't want to go out from that area.
Well, that's his. That's another penalty here. He's got 2 already in this rack. He's got 2 in the first rack, and he's still not on the 10. He will be on the 10 right now. So 2:30 plus 40 seconds. Not looking good here for Anton Raga, who drops it. 2:35 total plus 40 more seconds.
That's already 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah. Is it 3? Oh, yeah, 3:15. You're right. So Jaynard Orque, our referee right now, here in rack number 3. Not looking good here for Anton Raga. But again, there is still hope because the bottom 3 will be eliminated. Anton better just pray that somebody or 3 more people don't perform as poorly as he has so far.
Well, let's not count Anton Raga out just yet.
Yeah.
Anton Raga on his 3rd rack.
And time continues right now. Remember, he's working now with 4 penalties, 2 in each rack. Unless you pointed out in the first rack, he is just going around and seeing what is available.
I noticed that as well, Noel. So, let's see what he does here.
Well, this is better so far. No penalties yet on misses for Anton Raga. He's actually the best time he's had so far. As long as he keeps at it and doesn't have any misses, this will be his fastest rack. Well, now he's tied with Ben Regalario without, he's past it now, without even the penalties being or entered into his total. But the saving grace here, that's going to be his fastest rack with no penalties, and the time is stopped at 3:37.5, and then you tack on the 40 seconds.
So that's 4 minutes and 17 seconds. 17.5 seconds. All right.
Yeah. So you add the 4. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go down already, Manny, to interview our next player. So the math is being done. Manny's got the con.
40 seconds plus 40 seconds. 4 minutes, 17 seconds, and 5 milliseconds. 4 minutes, 1 7. 4 minutes, 17 seconds, 5 milliseconds.
Wait lang. Nakalive pa tayo ha, wag kayong gigit na.
All right, so that was Anton Raga. Okay, so Anton Raga, and his total playing time was 3 minutes, 37 seconds. Okay, missed shots 4, foul 0. So his total time, including the penalty of including the 40-second penalty, is 4 minutes, 17.5 seconds. There you go. Okay, so that is Anton Raga. All right.
Wait lang ha.
So after two players, we see that the 15-year-old has the better score. Okay.
Reset time. Tapos,
Hey, Robert Valdez, watching from Boston, Massachusetts.
okay, ready?
Okay.
Okay, ready. Sa'yo ha.
Next up will be introduced by Noel Zarate.
Okay, game.
Right now, member of the Philippine national team, and he is going to be next right now. We have the snake or the cobra, Jeffrey Ignacio. Looks like you're ready to work out here today. So you saw the performances of the first two. What's your strategy now coming in, Jeff?
Oh, well, I will try not to miss, and of course, I will make as fast as I can.
All right, let's see if he can beat the times of Ignacio and Regalario and Anton Raga. We have Jeffrey Ignacio up next right here on the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. Manny?
All right, Jeffrey Ignacio, as said by my partner Noel Zarate here, is indeed a member of the Philippine national team. So he's going to be trying out speed pool as well. And he's just getting ready to shoot his first rack.
Pakialis sa house si Manny. Here we go.
Game. Ready na kayo?
All right, looks like I'm also included in this speedball thing, speed pool thing, just going up and down. But you know, Jeffrey Ignacio, I just pointed it out. He's in his jogging pants, he's in his sneakers, and he's ready to roll. During the practice earlier, he tried running around the table. When he finally did his rack, he was all tuckered out.
Oh yeah, and he was looking like more like a boxer in practice, in
Oh, yeah.
sparring
Yeah.
practice rather than a pool player. Okay, but like I said, you don't see too many pool players running around the table in such a hurry.
We really appreciate your comments there coming into the Reelive network and the Sharks channel as well. There you go, the 28-year-old member of the Philippine national team, Jeff Ignacio. He's going to be followed by his teammate, Johan Chua, in just a bit. So Jeff Ignacio getting ready to go. This guy just celebrated his birthday a few days ago. So he's 29. He just turned 29. And he's underway.
As is anybody who knows Jeff Ignacio's style of play,
Ooh,
he
that's 10
normally
seconds.
does play fast already. And so you could just imagine how he is or how he will be in a speed pool competition.
Well, he's already working on one penalty. The 4-ball did not go down. And he is taking the Anton Raga approach to this one, doing it sectional.
Mm-hmm. And if you had noticed, that's the reason. That's the very reason why these players chose a softer break.
Yeah.
So they can keep the balls all in one area and keep everything sectional.
Well, this
as
will
it
be the
is.
fastest rack so far today if he can get this under a minute and just barely over a minute. A minute 0.74 for Jeff Ignacio. That is the fastest rack. You see, Levi Corteza is trying to imitate.
Hey, he does have one missed penalty here.
Yes, he does.
So there will be 10 seconds added more to this rack. However, it is true. It is still the fastest rack up to now.
Yeah, even if you add the one penalty, remember that Regalario had 2 penalties in the first round, in the first rack, and then of course Anton Raga had 2 in the first as well. So he is working on the fastest time right now. Jeff Ignacio, they call him the Cobra. I called him the Snake earlier because we call him around here. So again, that soft break. However, the 3 and the 6 are together. Again, there's no sequential order in the way these balls are going to be taken down, except for the 10 ball, which should be the last ball.
Oh, that's beautiful. He managed that cluster beautifully. All right. Check it out.
Well, to his credit, doesn't no longer looks like the boxer he was during the practice rounds. He's more relaxed right now. Oh boy, he's working on a really good time here, Manny.
This is gonna be definitely under a minute.
Oh wow, and no penalties so far. Jeff, does he get this one? Cue ball stopped at 152. That is way less than a minute.
That's 52 seconds for the second round.
That's right. And that also came with 0 penalties. Looks like we're going to have a new leader unless something catastrophic happens here in rack number 3 for Jeff Ignacio, who is playing speed pool for the first time ever. And I believe the first 3 contestants we've had are all speed pool rookies. Regalario, Raga, and this guy.
And just like to remind everyone here, this is a 10-ball rack. This is not a 9-ball speed pool challenge. This is a 10-ball speed pool challenge.
And here we go. Jeff Ignacio trying to solidify his lead. Another nice soft break. Again, he doesn't have to go sequential. The 10-ball is the only thing that needs to be last here. But again, you know, the cue ball control as well. You got to wait for that cue ball to stop rolling.
All right, he wants to take care of that cluster right now.
Ooh, that's another 10-second penalty, though. It's only a second. Queuing over the 8 ball here on the 5. No problem here. Seven passes to 10. This will be a phenomenal rack. He's only got 2 penalties total so far. And this 10 ball to give him the lead. Jeffrey Ignacio with under 3 minutes at 2:55 total with only 2 penalties here, Manny. He will be barely over the 3-minute mark.
Oh, yeah. So, all right. Even with penalties here, he's just going to be around 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Right, that's going to be the lead because our leader, former leader, was 3:24. Yeah, our former leader was 3 minutes and 24 for Bernie Regalario. He will now fall to 2nd place. Anton Raga will fall to 3rd place right now. And the official time will be 3 minutes 15 seconds, .05. That will be the lead now for Jeff Ignacio. Now he has set the bar here. There it is. Officially, we got it, Manny. So
yep.
I'm going to go down and interview our next player. You got the con again.
Okay, so as my partner also does his speed interviews, okay, Jeffrey Ignacio, current leader, taking it from Bernie Regalario, with a total play time of 2 minutes 55 seconds, 2 missed shots, 0 fouls, and so his total score will be 3 minutes and 15 seconds with that's counting his 2 penalties, each a 10-second addition to his official playing time. All right. And upcoming player would be the bad boy, Johan Chua.
Johan Chua, your national teammate, Jeff Ignacio, just took the lead right now. Do you have a running bet with Jeff who's going to win among the two of you?
Well, of course, he's my bet in this game.
All right, what's your strategy now coming in? You saw how Jeff handled this. How are you going to improve on that?
I just have to get the power of the flash so I can just, you know, play as fast as I can.
Let's see if Johan Chua can overtake Jeff Ignacio as we continue here with the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. Manny?
All right, so the bad boy wants to invoke the power of the flash. That's not a bad idea. Well, that's if speed is what you need here, you're looking at the flash indeed. Okay, so Johan Chua getting ready to shoot off, or rather to break off on his first rack.
Well, actually, Johan, I'm back here. Noel, I'm back here. Johan actually picks Jeff Ignacio to win it all, not himself. It's Jeff Ignacio he's picking to win it all.
Now that's interesting because, well, these guys are very much familiar with each other's play styles. They know who's the fastest shooter by nature here, but still, I'm betting they're going to give their best effort to bag the crown here.
Well, Johan Chua is one of the earlier people to show up here, including yourself, Manny Argonza. And he's had probably the most time at the table.
Oh,
he and Jeff DeLuna, actually.
Yeah, I'm seeing here somebody else. Si Dindo Fernando is also rooting for Jeff DeLuna. And here we go. The bad koi starting off his first rack.
Now, Johan Chua is actually physically a fast player, physically a fast human being. Ooh, that's going to be a penalty.
I'm seeing him running around and taking aim at that cue ball while the cue ball is still in motion, but you can't shoot it. You can aim, but don't shoot.
Yeah, referee Jaynard Orca has got eagle eyes. Oh, he's got to wait. There you go. Well, Johan's doing some pretty good time here as well. Just breaching the half-minute mark. 3 balls to go. He's got 1 penalty so far. Oh, the cue ball just got away from him here. Oh, second penalty now. Stretched out over the table. This is still not a bad first round. Oh, another one. And he might even scratch. That's 2 penalties there. 4 in a row, or 4 total now in this first round for Johan Chua. And the cue ball's got to stop before the clock stops. There you go, 116.05.
All right.
Plus 4 penalties for Johan Chua. Okay. Yeah, there was one shot that he had 2 penalties. He missed the shot and he scratched the cue ball. Hey, Mike Trepanier has joined us. And here we got here, Kyla Moroto. Shout out from Cainta Rizal, one of our 3rd placer in the recently concluded Quezon City 10-ball open, and he is going up for, he's rooting for the bad koi.
And well, on that first rack alone, the bad koi racked himself 4 penalties already.
Yeah.
So that's additional 40 seconds on his play time.
Well, let's see if he can make up for that one right now. So far, Jeff Ignacio has had the most splendid performance, followed by Bernie Regalario, who went in first. Anton Raga currently in 3rd place. There's a better showing now for the man they call Bubwit. Oh, that's another miss. Now he's got the most penalties among all the players. He's got 5 total now.
5 in total.
Again, a penalty is a missed shot, not just the fouls. Even the missed shot will incur a 10-second penalty. Too bad. He's doing really well in this rack. I mean, time-wise, at least, Manny.
But he is running around it. And you know what? I'm feeling the pressure here, Noel. I'm feeling the pressure.
Well, that's his best time so far in terms of the rack. But he did pick up another penalty. At 2:13, unofficially, his time would be at, what is this, 3:03 already at his time. That is unofficial, of course. Jaynard Orca is going to give us the official time, but he still has 1 more rack to go at 3:03. So unless he finishes this in like less than 10 seconds, he might not be in first place. But can he hold on to a spot and not be eliminated? Of course, we are eliminating 3 players in this first round.
If he take note of this, Noel. Actually, Anton Raga's time was a little over 4 minutes. So if Johan, including those 5 penalties, can keep this under 4 minutes, he's not going to be in danger just yet.
All right. But we still have, this is only half the field we're seeing. We still have 4 other players after Johan Chua, or make that 3 other players after Johan Chua. He is the 5th player we've seen in. And there's a problem there with the 6 and the 3. He's got to develop this one.
He's going to do it here.
Oh, yeah, barely got a piece of that 6, but it's still not going to help him out. He is approaching the 3-minute mark. Remember, he's already got 5 penalties. Does not have a penalty so far here in the 3rd rack. He's got to wait for the cue ball to stop. That's his first one. 6 total now.
And this 10 ball to complete Johan Chua's 3-rack run.
There you go, exactly 319, but we're going to tack on 6 penalties total, the most number of penalties for a player so far. So while they're doing the math, yeah, that's going to be a full minute added to this total score for Johan Chua. So while Manny does the math with our graphics team, I'm going to head down. Manny, you got the con again.
All right. All right, so Johan Chua, okay, as we prepare the Bad Koi's final score, here you see on your table. Okay. All right. Okay, so Johan Chua, total playing time is 3 minutes, 19 seconds. Missed shots, 5, 1 foul. So all of those 6 penalties with 10 seconds each, total to a minute. Hence, a full minute is added to 319, which makes his total score or final score 4:19. 4 minutes, 19 seconds. All right, so guys, these scores that you are seeing here are the first round scores of each player. Okay? And the next player will be presented by Noel Zarate.
Jericho Banares, the Panday, coming up next here. And Jericho, you already saw what the first 4 did. What's going to change for you in your strategy after you saw what happened to Johan Chua? Picked up 6 penalties there.
I will try my best.
Short and sweet for the Panday. Manny?
All right, short and sweet it is. So, Jericho Banares, a Batangueño, okay, currently residing in the eastern side of Manila in Antipolo. So let's see what he can do by way of speed pool. Again, each player will be given 3 racks to run their total score, okay, plus a 10-second penalty for each miss or foul that they would commit. All right.
Right now, as Jericho Banares gets ready in his manly pink shirt, which is his favorite color, by the way. 4:17 and 4:19 are the 2 lowest times so far in the competition. Anton Raga at 4:17 and Johan Chua at 4:19. Now
you also notice, no, none of these players bothered with their break cues.
Right. They're just using their playing cues. Now you see the strategy here for Jericho. He does not make the cue ball move too much.
Exactly. This is what you call, okay, cleaning up the table section by section. And take a look at that.
Yeah, this is pretty good time.
No penalties just yet. And good strategy, good technique there displayed by Jericho Banares.
Yeah, 101.45 is going to be the second fastest rack that we've had, at least in round number 1. courtesy of Jericho Banares. But the big news there, Manny, no penalties. So it looks like Jericho Banares has it down pat. A 31-year-old out of Antipolo City, as you said.
Rack number 2. Here comes Banares.
That's a little harder than the break that he had in the first rack.
Oh, I like that break better. No clusters, absolute everything in the open.
Oh, this
and
one.
Guys, remember we are not shooting the balls in their numbered order.
Yeah, sequential order.
So it's any ball as long as you can pocket the 10 ball last.
Well, again, you can use the 10 ball as a combination ball, but you can't use the 10 ball to sink in without incurring a penalty. And speaking of incurring a penalty, that is not the case yet here for Jericho Banares. He had a perfect first rack. Yeah, he's got a problem here with his 2 ball. So far, with regards to time, he's okay. No problem with the 2 ball, man.
What problem are you talking about, Noel?
Well, he's still spotless. That was a distance shot on the 2. And Jericho Banares is still spotless. Where does the cue ball stop? And there you go. 206.8 with 0 penalties.
And he's not even breaking a sweat.
That's right. So the strategy really for Jericho Banares is economy of movement at the table, not really letting the cue ball fly around too much. But the most important thing is no penalties. I mean, at this point, Jeff Ignacio, our current leader, already had 2 at this point.
All right.
Jaynard Orque finishing with the racking now, our referee. And here goes rack number 3 now. Do we have a possibility of a change in the leadership, change atop the leaderboard here?
Well, it's looking just like that. Because Jericho Banares is simply running through this rack like it's nobody's business.
Cue ball hasn't traveled more than 3 feet. And again, his pocketing has been flawless. It's got to stop, though. It's got to stop. He's going to get the 9 ball now. Again, all he has to do right now is just remain flawless. With no penalties, this time is going to give him the lead.
And he's going to have that lead by a big margin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, this became a little interesting. Well, he can afford a 10-second penalty there, which is what he did. He just had his first penalty, but he sets up the 10 ball very well, and it drops. And there it is, 3:17.96 plus 10 seconds, 3:27 total, almost 3:28.
He did incur an intentional penalty, but he knew he would still have the lead with that score.
All right, while the math is going on here, Manny, I got 3 more players to work on. One of them has just made it to the table, one of the most excited players. We're going to interview Jeff DeLuna in just a bit while the math is still being done.
One missed shot. That's it. So
0 foul.
0 foul.
Total.
032796.
All done. Sisave ko lang. Lalabas ko muna yan, ha? Lalabas ko muna yan. Ay, nako, hirap mag-isa rito.
All right, so there you go. Okay, that was Jericho Banares with a total playing time of with 3 minutes 17.96 seconds, 1 missed shot, so that's plus 10 seconds, with a total score of 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Hang on. Plus 10. With a total score of 327.96 seconds. So let's just, there you go. Okay. Okay, next player will be. There you go.
Jeff DeLuna, who's up next. He just came from the World Cup of Pool, of course, and we know him to be one of the faster players in the country. So, Jeff, what's the strategy now coming in? Are you going to bring in your bull mentality, or is it going to be something else?
I'm trying to beat Ignacio speed.
So let's see if Jeff DeLuna can actually do this, Manny.
All right, so we have Jeff DeLuna, a.k.a. The Bull, coming in, and he's going to want to put on a show. Jeffrey DeLuna has been known to be a speed player as well, so let's see what he can do. He's coming up to his first rack.
I'm back here right now. It's a pretty good workout I'm having today, Manny. Going up and down those stairs. Jeff DeLuna, as we mentioned, just came back from the World Cup of Pool. He had worked with Roberto Gomez representing the country. And this guy shoots really fast.
Oh, yeah. And check out his break. No clusters. Everything out in the open. Okay, just as it should be here in Speed Pool.
Now, I just checked the leaderboard. You know, despite the brilliant performance of Jericho Banares, he is currently still in third place.
Oh, really?
He's in third place. Jeff Ignacio is still our leader, followed by Regalario. Well, that could change right now, the way Jeff DeLuna is going around this table.
So, well, Jeff DeLuna going around 3 rails for this pink 4.
Still no penalties.
All right.
There you go, 103.14. Not a bad time, but the best part there, 0 penalties for the Bull, Jeff DeLuna. And he's just, I'm overhearing his conversation with the other pros. He's not really been very careful with his cue ball. His cue ball has sort of been moving around too much. Let's see if he adjusts here in rack number 2.
Yeah, he would like to improve on that time. He knows that's pretty long by his standards. So let's see what he does here on the second round.
No penalties, though, in the first round. That's good news for the Bull. Now that he's able to stop the cue ball immediately. Even if the other balls are still moving, he can actually shoot already as long as the cue ball isn't moving. Looks like his cue ball is still moving around a little too much, Manny.
Well, Jeff DeLuna does like to have his stroke all out.
It looks like he's improved on the cue ball movement right now. He does have to wait about a couple of seconds all the time. Unlike with Jericho Banares, who just like automatically put everything right in front of him.
Okay, now which one would he take?
Yeah, this is going to be a tricky shot.
He's kind of short.
Intentional foul or intentional miss there. That's going to be a 10-second penalty. He just crossed the 2-minute mark without the penalty so far. And the 9 is going to drop. So far, 1 penalty only for the Bull, Jeff DeLuna. Rolls a 10 ball.
And that's it for the second round. Okay, so we are at 2 minutes 19 seconds, rather, or almost 2 minutes 20 seconds. Add to that his intentional miss.
That's right.
Okay, so we're looking at around 2 minutes 30 seconds.
Yeah, unofficially at least at this point. But Jeff DeLuna knows at least if he performs the same way here in the third rack, he's not getting eliminated yet. So on the brink of elimination are the 2 guys in the trail right now. Would be Anton Raga and Johan Chua. 2 guys who ironically teamed up to beat Efren Reyes and Django Bustamante in a double showdown. But again, this is the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. This is a completely different animal.
Okay. Now, third and final rack for Jeffrey DeLuna. Let's see what time he racks up. Nothing down on the break.
Now, we've only seen somebody make a ball on the break once. I think that was Regalario when he dropped the 10 ball. That's going to be a miss. And now Jeff has got to put on the afterburners after that one. That's his second penalty so far. Oh, his time is starting to slip away at this point. At this point also, Manny, you just don't want to get eliminated.
Oh, yeah. You just want to survive, make it through this round, and get to the next round where everything restarts.
Well, he's now broken the 3-minute mark. Remember, our leader's at 3:15. That is Jeffrey Ignacio. And the goal of Jeff De Luna is actually to beat Jeff Ignacio's time. It's not going to happen because he's right now at Jeff Ignacio's time, and he still has 2 penalties to add on.
He's not ideal here.
Played it very well. He's going to breach the... Let's see if he can stay within the 4-minute mark. And
okay.
There you go. Stop time. According to Jaynard Orca, 3:37.79. He is within the 4-minute mark at least.
Because he does have 2 penalties, right?
Right, 2 penalties, so that's going to make it 3:57.79 unofficially. So while the math is being done, Manny, you got the con once again. It's time for me to do my workout.
All right. So as we do the graphics here, so next player coming in would be Livan Corteza.
Tapos silang miss, isa. Dalawa. So total,
57. 357. Yes.
79.
Yes. So as we wait for the official graphic here for Jeffrey De Luna, and here we go. So Jeffrey De Luna with a playing time of 3 minutes, 37 seconds, and 79 has a total of 2 missed shots, so 2 penalties, 20 seconds added on, which makes a total of 3 minutes, 57.79 seconds. And there you go. That is Jeffrey De Luna. And seeing that he's still under the 4-minute mark, he is within striking distance here of not getting eliminated. All right. So our next player is currently with my partner, Noel Zarate.
All right, right now we have a rookie in terms of speed pool, but not a rookie in terms of billiards. One of the veterans in the competition, Livan Corteza. So this is your first time. What is the strategy that you have in mind now after seeing all of the youngsters go before you?
Well, first, I'm so very excited, Noel, because this is my first time. Then I see the youngsters, that they're so fast. And my strategy here is I will do my best as faster than I can.
All right, let's see if the Slayer can slay the competition here in round number 1. Manny?
Okay, Livan Corteza, the Slayer. Well, as he did mention, this is his first time to play speed pool, so let's see what he's got. As far as international competition is concerned, Livan Corteza is a performer. He's won several championships the world over as well. But speed pool is indeed a totally different animal. So let's see. Livan Corteza on his first rack.
I'm getting used to going up and down the stairs. I'm not breathing as heavily as I was earlier now.
Water.
You know, you didn't see what Livan Corteza did before I interviewed him. He actually physically rolled on top of the table. He just wanted to see how the balls roll, and he physically rolled on top of the table.
I can't imagine why, but if it works, it works.
Well, he can shoot anything right now. The cue ball's already stopped.
Okay, so.
Yeah, and obviously he's a rookie here because the cue ball still continues to move. Now he's got to pick up the pace. Remember, you got to finish under 4 minutes to have a chance to move on to the next round.
Oh, I can hear your breathing, Noel.
I'm just trying to get everything back on track.
All right, so Levan Corteza is doing good time so far.
Yes, he is.
As long as he doesn't incur any penalties, he should be golden.
Well, no one's had a sub 50-second rack so far. That's not going to happen here. Oh, is that going to make it? Just made it down. And now Levan Corteza with this 10 ball. Cue ball's got to stop first. And 107.33. That's a decent starting time in rack number 1. But more importantly for Levan Corteza here, Manny, 0 penalties.
All right. Okay, so, well, that's not a bad time.
All right, once again, thank you to our friends from the Reelive Network.
You know what? I just heard Levan Corteza saying that, hey, this is good exercise.
It is. But nobody can beat what he just did. He tumbled over the table physically before I interviewed him. That got a kick out of everybody. Remember, he is the penultimate performer here in the first round. We will have Dennis Orcollo closing things out in round number 1. So 107.33, the official time so far for Levan Corteza. 0 penalties so far. And he actually waits for all of the balls to stop moving, which is something that he has to get used to, because the only thing that you need to make sure that's not moving is the cue ball.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the other colored balls are moving, you can shoot.
You know, that is a factor here, okay? So, if you notice or remember Jericho Banares' strategy, he was just having short positions for the cue ball, so that does help his time.
Levan Corteza, the 42-year-old, going around the table really quickly. It's like somebody just put the fast forward button on when he moves around the table. But look at this, still 0 penalties for the Slayer, and he slays that rack big time, under a minute.
Woohoo, Levan Corteza.
Oh
being a contender in speed pool, who would have thought?
Age is just a number for Levan Corteza, but of course Dennis Orcollo, who has had extensive experience in speed pool, is going to be coming up next. Look at Levan just take a break against the short rail. He is doing very well, and looks like if things hold up, he's going to be advancing. Right, we got 2 players with over 4 minutes in terms of time, Anton Raga and Johan Chua. Everybody else sub 4 minutes.
It looked like he was stretching his back there.
That's right. So here we go. Final rack for the gentleman from Davao City. The reigning 9-ball champion and the Derby City Classic, engaging in speed pool for the first time in his career. Can he afford to relax here in the third and just concentrate on pocketing without the speed?
Let's see. Let's see how he handles this. He's running around the table.
Okay.
He wants to get that 7-ball next.
Well, he is actually looking good to take the overall lead. It's not going to matter heading into the second round. You just want to qualify. Can we see a sub 3-minute round here?
Ooh, that'll be something. And he's going to be setting the bar with that.
We only have 1 competitor left. That's going to assure Levan Corteza of moving on. 0 penalties still to this point. Well, he's going to go over 3 minutes. But if he makes this 10-ball, that's going to be a clean 3 minutes. The first round of somebody without a single penalty. Levan Corteza, there's your new leader.
Okay, so far, so Levan Corteza takes the lead. And, well, with 3 minutes and 6.4 seconds. No penalty. So this is really his bare score. And who would have thunk? Who would have thunk Levan Corteza taking the lead in the first round of speed pool with just 1 more contender left in the by the name of Dennis Orcollo. Okay, and here is our official graphic for Levan Corteza. Okay, Total playing time, 3 minutes and 6.4 seconds. No penalties, no missed shots, no fouls. Okay, so it will stick. Levan's total score will be official score, 3 minutes, 6.4 seconds. And our next player is here with Noel.
Rigao is not going to be outdone here. We have the RoboCop, Dennis Orcollo. You saw what Levan Corteza just did. 0 penalties. He is now the leader. What are you going to do to try and beat that?
He did great. He did great. He don't have miss a ball. That's very important to me to pocket the ball. So this game is just play quick and pocket the ball. That's very very important.
We'll take your word for it. Dennis Orcollo is the final competitor here in the first round. Can he advance? We'll find out. Manny?
All right. So our 8th and final player for this speed pool challenge, okay, none other than the world's greatest Dennis Orcollo. And, Dennis has indeed played speed pool many times before. He's very experienced, so he would know how to handle these situations. But the only difference is this is a 10-ball rack.
Right.
Okay.
Well, Dennis Orcollo did perform in the Guinness Speed Pool Challenge before, along with guys like Jeff DeLuna. So now Dennis... Well, I'm not sure if Dennis is looking for the lead here. He just wants to qualify.
Oh, yeah. Just probably under 4 minutes. Well, actually, what's the cutoff time? I think it's around 3 minutes and 57 seconds.
Yeah, I would think that would be a good number.
All right.
Yeah,
and
currently,
I'll let my partner here catch his breath. All right.
No, currently, Anton Raga and Johan Chua are already out of the competition because they have over 4-minute times. So let's see if Dennis Orcollo can actually missed there. That was surprising. So an immediate penalty here with no balls made.
So far, our lone flawless player would be Levan Corteza, and followed by, if I remember right, it's
Jeff Ignacio.
No.
Flawless Jericho Banares.
Jericho Banares with just 1 penalty.
Yeah, but Jericho Banares is currently in 4th place right now.
Really?
Yeah, because of that. It's still number 1 is Levan Corteza, followed by Jeff Ignacio, then Bernie Regalario. Number 4 is, despite the 0 penalties, number 4 is Jericho Banares.
So far, it's the oldest and the youngest players that lead.
Well, this is the oldest player we have in the competition, Dennis Orcollo. And he finishes that with a 1-minute rack, but with 1 penalty. That's still not bad.
That's not bad indeed. All right, so if Dennis Orcollo can just finish off his next 2 racks under 1 minute, I'm pretty sure he's going to qualify as well.
Yeah, but of course, you need to make sure that you minimize your penalties. You saw what happened to Anton Raga when he incurred 4 penalties, and Johan Chua incurred 6 penalties. That's the most. Johan Chua is currently in last place right now. So again, the clock starts when Dennis Orcollo's cue ball makes contact with the 1 ball. And here we go.
Nothing down on the break, but no player here was prioritizing anything there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the only time I saw a ball go down on the break was Regalario when he actually made the 10 ball.
And that was respotted.
Yeah.
Check out how Dennis is doing this. He's using minimal movement on the cue ball.
Yeah, this is a Jericho Banares style that worked for him earlier. Oh, this is a way better rack in terms of time, in terms of tempo. Oh, barely... Almost stayed up.
Almost.
Slowing down a bit here. Does have to travel down to get the 4 ball before the 10. That was a sub 1 minute round for Dennis Orcollo. He's exactly at 2 minutes, 0.55. Looking good to qualify. He's only got 1 penalty, so officially or unofficially, his time would be 2:10. But he still has 1 more rack to play. And if he can get this somewhere in the 3 minute 10-second, 3-minute, 20-second mark, he's going to qualify. And that could eliminate Jeff De Luna.
Yes, Anton Quintela. Well, Efren Reyes was never known to be a fast cue.
Oh,
so, well, we can never tell.
And he's in the United States also right now. We would love to have had him here, but, you know, it's a battle of these gentlemen right here. Final rack now for Dennis Orcollo. Looking good to qualify.
All right. Dennis Orcollo, cool and composed as always. Okay.
Yeah, he's only got one penalty, which was his opening shot from rack number 1 when he didn't make his object ball. So far, he's been playing flawless and quick. That's the important part here in Speed Pool. When it comes to cue ball control, Dennis Orcollo is probably the most elite, one of the most elite in the world with regards to that. Look at the kill action he put on the 3 just to slow it down. Boy, this is going to be the fastest rack. It's shaping up to be the fastest rack of the competition so far. It's not going to be a sub 50. It's going to be close, but Dennis doesn't really need to exert much effort already at this point. He's going to qualify. He's only got one penalty. And that's going to put him through to the next round with a sub 3-minute rack, or sub 3-minute performance. They're going to add on the 10 seconds. He's going to be a 3:08.66. We are going to have a second placer. It's the two oldies are going to be on top.
Imagine that. With Bernie Regalario on a third.
Yeah, we're going to see if I think it's going to be still Jeff Ignacio at third place. We're going to confirm our scores as it stands. Anton Raga and Johan Chua will be out of the competition now. The question is, who is going to be the third member or the third pro eliminated? It's starting to look like Jeff De Luna might be on the ropes here. So we're going to see all of the official scores. Stay right there, Manny.
All right, so that was Dennis Orcollo's performance. Being a veteran of Speed Pool, well, he did put in a decent score there.
All right, we got, yeah, I'm looking at the board right now. Officially eliminated Johan Chua with 419, Anton Raga with 417 and 50, and Jeff De Luna is the last person eliminated here with a time of 3:57. Now, at the end of the first round, our leader, or the one that actually won the first round, is the 42-year-old Livan Corteza with 306.4, and Dennis Orcollo with 308.6 is second place. Third place goes to Jeff Ignacio with 315.05. Benoc Regalario at 324.02. Jericho Banares at fifth place with 327.96. Those are your qualifiers for round number 2. And once again, that's the official time now for Dennis Orcollo. So we will have round number 2 in just a bit. Manny, it will be now a 5-rack performance.
5 racks, so
yeah.
Total 5 racks each player.
Yeah. And
wow.
We will start with the slowest time to the fastest time. Okay. At this point.
Okay, being shown on your screens right now was the last player for round 1, Dennis Orcollo, with an official time of 2 minutes 58.66 seconds.
Yeah, so our current 5th placer, Jericho Banares, it appears that he may be going first. So we're going to confirm this with our referee, Jaynard Orque. But we have 5 players remaining to contest the championship in our SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. We're going to take this short break. When we return, round 2 will be on the horizon right here in our SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. All right, there is the official scores from the first round. The gentlemen with their names in red have been eliminated from the competition. Noel Zarate here with Manny Argonza. Jeffrey De Luna, by just a mere 3 seconds, was eliminated by Jericho Banares. So Raga, Chua, and De Luna are out.
So the standard for the 3-rack run was sub 4 minutes.
Yeah, sub 4 minutes, except for Jeff De Luna, who did finish with 3:27 but didn't qualify. So the rules of engagement now here in our second round is the competitor with the slowest time is going to go first. So it will be De Luna, or make that Jericho Banares going first. So once again, a reminder of our rules if you're just joining us here in our SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. The time will start when the player hits the cue ball, and this is done using a stopwatch. And the cue ball must not be moving when the player takes a shot, but the object balls can still be in motion. Now, the balls can be sunk in any order except for the 10 ball, which should be sunk last. All shots must be legal. Any foul or missed shots will incur a 10-second penalty. And again, the cue ball must hit a cushion. This is a standard rule for pool. We're done with round number 1, Manny. We move on to the second round now.
Okay, second round, we have these players doing 5 racks each. So first round was 3 racks, and this one, this one is 5 racks each.
All right, here we go. So Jericho Banares, the slowest time from round number 1, is ready to go. And this is ironic because Jericho Banares did not incur a single penalty in round number 1. But yet, he finished last among the qualifiers. Let's see if this is going to change now for the Panday as we begin round number 2. Rack 1, 5 racks, as Manny mentioned, for each player. And his strategy will continue to be the same. No cue ball movement, unnecessary cue ball movement here.
All right. Jericho Banares wants to fly through this rack. So far, every ball is finding its own pocket.
And still no fouls, no penalties yet. Oh, he did incur 1 penalty. I remember that. He made an intentional miss.
Unintentional penalty.
Yeah.
Just to set up the 10 ball.
Okay, so I have to correct myself. He does have 1 penalty. It was an intentional one.
But that's moot now, because this is the second round.
Correct. So
everyone starts fresh this round.
So just a little over a minute and 1 for Jericho Banares here. He's got 4 more racks, and of course the total time with penalties will be tacked on by our referee Jaynard Orque at the end of 5 racks. So rack number 2 here for the Panday, 31-year-old out of Antipolo City in the Philippines. And you did mention traces his roots to Batangas province in the Philippines, which is beach province to us, right?
You know what? Some people can easily hold their breath for at least a minute. And if these pool players finish each rack under a minute, think about that they can finish each rack with just under 1 breath.
I don't know. They're moving around the table pretty quick. They need to breathe a bit.
I don't know what kind of breathing exercises they're doing here, but so far so far it's so good.
Yeah.
Jericho Banares is looking good here.
That's a good strategy to take on the 9 before the 1. That was the problem ball there. Now he's taking this into the corner, so he's still flawless here in the second rack.
No misses, no penalties, no fouls yet for Jericho Banares.
He's got to clear this 10, and he does.
Taking the pink 4 to the long corner.
So again, just a little over 2 minutes. So 2 minutes and 4. Looks like he's not happy with his performance.
He's not. He wanted it under a minute. Okay, he's really competitive on this second round. He knows he has to take these racks under a minute.
Well, yeah, you know, you got your Dennis Orcollo, you got your Levan Corteza there, the kid Ignacio and Regalario, and also national team member Jeff Ignacio. Those are the semifinalists, if we may. here in our SAKSI 10 ball or our SAKSI speed pool challenge. And now here's rack number 3 for Jericho. Halfway now. He's got to play until rack number 5.
All right, so far, problem ball. Most problem ball would probably be this brown 7, which he'll shoot right now.
Yeah, this looks like the fastest rack that he's been having so far, barring any penalties. Jericho's just a straight shooter, don't you think, Manny?
Uh-huh. And looks like he's going to be doing his best time right about now.
He's got to make sure that the cue ball stops. There you go. 10 down. Yeah, that's the fastest rack he's had so far. That's under a minute.
That's about 55 seconds
You're right.
by my count.
You're right, right. 55-second rack there for Jericho Banares, and he's got 2 more to go. He's trying to accumulate the best time. Remember, in this round, 3 more will get waylaid, Manny, and only 2 will advance to the final. So this is where all the pressure is starting to come in. Here we go, rack number 4.
Jericho is looking like he's doing much faster in these racks each round.
Well, he's moving around a bit more now, as opposed to round 1 where he was just standing there pocketing balls because the cue ball didn't really move around too much. Remember, this guy's only had 1 penalty so far in the entire competition, 0 here in round number 2. Look at that cue ball. It's just like a turtle. It's not going anywhere really fast.
This is rack number 4.
Yeah.
Okay, and
this is
this 10 ball to seal the deal for rack number 4.
That's going to be a pretty good time once again.
No penalties yet, Noel.
No penalties, and at 3:55, a sub-4-minute round heading into rack 5. Jericho Banares is on a roll here. Of course, after him, it will be make that Regalario.
He's going to be setting the bar here.
Oh, he's going to be setting the bar really high unless something catastrophic happens in rack number 5. But the way Jericho is shooting, he's got control of his destiny here.
And to think that these players on their breaks, they're not looking to make balls. They just don't want anything tied up.
That's right. That's right. And if they do tie something up, you usually get it within, or try to break it up within 2 or 3. That was the problem with guys like Anton Raga and Johan Chua. They had a lot of balls tied up in their break. Not the case here for Jericho Banares.
Okay, he wants to address the 7 and 6 early on and finish up the tables. I mean, the balls up table as soon as he can. There you go. 1 ball to the side.
You see the 8? No, he can't see the 8, Manny.
Well, he will be taking care of the 8-9 pretty soon. Oh, he wants to do that here and now.
Nicely done.
Oh, I think he can take this under 5 minutes.
Yeah, the whole thing. 5 racks in less than 5 minutes with 0 penalties. Jericho Banares setting the bar really high here in round 2.
4 minutes, 54.77 seconds for Jericho Banares, the gentleman from Antipolo.
And he had no penalties at all in his entire 5-rack run here in round number 2. And this is really going to make the competition a little nervous. We're going to have the 15-year-old Regalario up next. Not quite sure if... I don't know if this is attainable, if you can beat the sub-5-minute time by Jericho Banares.
Well, if Jericho can run around the table just like that, I'm pretty sure Benok Regalario will have no problem running around. The thing is, can he spot the strategic avenues here to finish up the rack faster, or at least just as fast as Jericho did?
Well, he's at the table now. Take a look at the total time for Jericho Banares. 0 misses, 0 fouls, under 5 minutes for 5 racks in this SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. Impressive so far for the Panday. But here comes the 15-year-old, also from Antipolo City. One of the wards, actually, of Jericho Banares. One of the people that he has, one of the kids he has taught in his career.
Hey, I'm seeing in the comment section, a lot of people are impressed by that performance from Jericho Banares.
Yeah.
5 racks under 5 minutes.
Well, now Benok Regalario's got his work cut out for him. Here's the 15-year-old who is mentored by Jericho Banares himself. So let's see if the 15-year-old can hold his own here. He was the first to go for the entire competition. He was the first competitor. And it's only now that he's back at the table. So let's see if he's cooled off a bit from his performance earlier. You notice now that his break is really all clumped together. But that should be no problem.
Okay, the 15-year-old running around the table just like a kid in a toy store.
That's right. Remember, he picked up 4 penalties in the first round. 2 of them coming in the first rack. He's got 5 racks to complete. Looks like he's learned from his mistakes there. That 1 and 9, I don't know, does the 1 pass the 9?
Looks like it does.
No, barely. Oh my goodness, Benok might actually bring out the fastest first rack time. Oh, he just slammed into the 10. This is going to be a problem, though.
He's shooting left-handed.
Yeah. Oh, how about that?
Did you say a problem?
Yeah, I didn't see a problem, but the only thing is that the cue ball is only stopped now at 1:04. So he lost about 6 seconds because the cue ball traveled all the way up to all the way down table. But nevertheless, impressive for the 15-year-old. 0 penalties, Manny.
Well, we say it's a problem. Benok Regalario says, what problem?
Right. Now, again, you know, the goal is to get all of the balls down without a penalty. So it looks like the 15-year-old's groove is still on.
Well,
rack
in
number
the first
2.
rack, Jericho Banares clocked it in at 1 minute and 1 second.
Right.
1 minute, 4 seconds for Bernie Regalario. This is not too bad.
Yeah, and with 0 penalties, too. That's the most important part.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
Here,
Jaynard's making sure. I'm not quite sure if Benok is impressed with having to wait to shoot this right now. And Jaynard is, you know, he's such a stickler for tight racks.
Well, Jaynard is also an accomplished pool player himself,
right.
so
You're right.
he would he appreciates how much these players also would like a tight rack.
Benok Regalario gets a good scatter here. Look at that. The balls are still moving. As long as the cue ball is not moving, you can shoot, even if the other colored balls are moving. This is great strategy here for the 15-year-old from Antipolo.
Well, I like that. I like that. He's taking initiative, okay? But we do have a problem here with 2 and 8.
Right.
Let's see how he's going to address this.
Check that. He's from Zamboanga, actually, and Bicol region. So looks like he's hesitated there. That's going to cost him a bit in terms of time. Well, now he's got a better look at this 2 ball. He's going to have to bank in the 8. Oh, it takes an intentional miss. Nicely done. Can't reach it. Again, he's got to play left-handed. This is still going to be good despite the 10-second tack on. There you go.
Oh.
205.15.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
And had the presence of mind. Robin Hood Cruz says he's into tight racks too, but I don't know what he means. Hey, thank you for joining us once again, guys, right here on the Reelive TV network. This is the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. To be honest with you, Manny, I've never covered Speed Pool before. I've watched it. I've never covered it, and it's quite entertaining right now.
Ayan, pa-shoutout daw, sabi ni Joel Regalario.
There you go. So, Mr. Regalario, you got your shout out, and now Bernie goes back to work. Rack number 3 of 5. Again, only one penalty here for Bernie Regalario. That was an intentional penalty that he took to set up well for the 10 ball. He's going to play a combination. That is a gutsy shot. Wow, Benok's got the hang of this right now.
This is his third rack, right?
Uh-huh. Nice cut on the 4. He's shooting the 3 first. He's shooting the 9 first. Sets up well for the 3. Think about it. This kid's only 15.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Oh, wow. What a rack. And now the time stops at 2:58.
That's a sub 1 minute rack.
Yes. And this guy's playing pretty quick.
Benok Regalario is on fire.
All right, so let's see now if he can continue with this one. Benok Regalario, 15-year-old. His mother is from Zamboanga City, out of Bicol province.
You know what? I can't imagine in speed pool that patience is becoming a virtue.
I don't think it should be. But look at Jaynard. He's really making sure that everything is tight. You know, you can go as fast as you can, but the referee has to really take his time to make sure that the rack is correct, and Jaynard's doing the right thing. All right, here we go. Benok Regalario now, rack number 4. He's got a sub 3 time so far. Remember, he finished with the 3 minutes plus for 3 racks. He's got 3 minutes now entering the 4th rack.
I like his strategy. He does know that the balls are still moving after the break, and he doesn't hesitate to shoot them. Check it out.
Wow. This kid's going to be...
That's just one shot after another.
Wow.
This is going to be sub 30 seconds.
Yeah, could be at the rate he's going right now. He needs to draw. He's still okay. 10 ball. Again, need to control the cue ball. Make sure it stops after you make the 10. Otherwise, the time will stop. There you go. 3:42. That's the fastest rack we've had all day.
Indeed, Bernie Regalario scoring. What was that?
That's like less than 50 seconds. Less than 50 seconds for that entire rack. Amazing. And he's just warming up because he's now entering rack number 5. And he could, if he just plays this in under a minute, we'll have a new leader. Jericho Banares right now at 3:54. That was an impressive sub 4 minutes through 5 racks, or 4:54. This is now, if Benok Regalario just hits a minute, he's going to be the leader.
You know what, Noel? His technique is great. Like after his break, he anticipates where the cue ball winds up, rushes towards that, aims to shoot, while even the other balls are still moving.
I'm sure the veterans are going to take note of that as well. It is legal to do that. Here it is, final rack now for Benok, and he immediately stops the cue ball while the other balls are still in motion. He's going to shoot it. That is legal. Now he has a problem here with the 7 and the 9, Manny.
Well, yeah, but it is a makeable combination. Okay. He's taking it on now.
Oh, wow. 7 still seen. He can actually slow down just a tad right here. Just make sure that he doesn't pick up any penalties. He's only got 1 to add. Make that 2.
And one of those penalties was an intentional penalty.
Yeah.
But he's still on good time here for 5 racks.
Well, he's not going to be our new leader, but he's going to be close. 10 ball. Let's wait for Jaynard's signal to stop the clock. There you go. Time 4:43. You just add 20 more seconds to that time. That's going to be 5:03, which is good for second place right now. 5:03:43 will be the time there.
If he didn't miss on that 9 ball,
He would have been the leader.
yeah, he would have been the leader.
Yeah, 2 misses there. So the total time will be 5 minutes, 3 seconds, and 43. That's still pretty good for the 15-year-old. Now, who's going to be up next here? It's going to be the Cobra, Jeffrey Ignacio. There you go. Confirmation of Benoc Regalario's performance here in round number 2. 5:03.43. 2 missed shots, 1 intentional, 1 unfortunate in the 5th rack. But he is still in 2nd place right now. The question is, can Jeffrey Ignacio beat this time? Because if he can beat this time, that will eliminate Benoc Regalario just like that.
Well, the veterans would be taking a note of what Benoc was doing there, okay, especially with the break.
Well, again, you know, only 2 players will survive this round to make it to the final, which they will be playing 7 racks to determine the champion of the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. We should have more of these. You know, I've never covered, thanks to Sharks, I've been able to cover some events that I've never ever done before. A bank shot competition.
If this becomes, if speed pool becomes a regular thing for us here,
yeah,
okay, I would be expecting more of these players hitting the gym and the jogging path, the jogging tracks, okay, more often than
I was
before.
I was thinking you were about to say, if speed pool becomes a thing here, I'm gonna have to get in shape. Not that you're not in shape already, my friend.
Well,
so a snake,
a circle is indeed a shape, right?
Well, I got 2 of those. Well, now it will be Jeffrey Ignacio, our national team member. And he qualified with the 3rd fastest time. And he is in his workout attire, as we pointed out during the interview.
Well, Jeffrey Ignacio has always been known to be a fast stick. But let's see if he can reclaim this title right here and now.
He's copied Benoc's break, but he did not shoot. Even the balls were in motion, and that's penalty number 1 immediately. Coming off a miss. I was wondering why he didn't shoot the 9 ball immediately. That would have opened up a lot of opportunities from the center of the table.
Well, he's trying to take care of the problem balls early.
Well, it looks like he's back on track, but he does have a penalty already here in rack number 1. He has to perform 5 racks. And now he's going to shoot the 9.
Check out his technique. It's just point and shoot. No practice strokes or no warm-up strokes, whatever.
Yeah.
Just line up the cue, shoot, and that's it.
Well, he's still looking good to get a sub 1 minute round. But he
did.
does have a penalty.
All right.
There you go. 101.52 plus the penalty. That's going to make it 111. Still a decent start for Jeff Ignacio.
Well, the first 2 players were like 1 minute and 1 second and 1 minute and 5 seconds. Or rather, 1 minute and 4 seconds. So his total here, 1 minute and 11 seconds. He needs to make up that time on his next few racks.
Again, just working with 1 penalty. Jericho Banares, no penalties in round 2.
You know,
Benoc Regalario with 2.
On that break, okay, on Benoc's technique on the break, it saves him at least 2 seconds, okay, of shooting time.
Right. And now Jeff follows it. He copies the break now. Again, balls are still moving. It's okay as long as the cue ball does not move when you're shooting it.
He's going to take the 1, then the 7. Oh.
Yeah, he's looking at getting to the 4 ball already right now. That was the problem.
Oh, he's a little too straight.
So far so good here.
He's going to do 8, 5, or 8.
9.
9.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now the 5 appears to pass the 10 anyway, so. They're going around.
Hey, this is sub-minute.
Yeah, 1 sub-minute. Oh, my goodness. You gotta shoot it, Jeff. You gotta shoot it. There you go.
So that's 2 penalties.
Yeah, 1 penalty in each round. Jeff's got to shake that one off.
That's a sub-minute rack, but he did incur another penalty.
Yeah, so he's working on 20 seconds now. 218.65 as we speak. That is not in pace with our leaders so far. Jericho Banares and Benoc Regalario at this point had better times. Now Jeff has to play almost flawless now in the final 3 racks if he wants to make it to the final. Jaynard doesn't care who's there. He's going to rack it up the way it should be.
Rack him up tight and good.
Yeah.
All right, so here you go. Jeffrey Ignacio going into his 3rd rack.
Yeah, ball's traveled a lot more than his previous rack. He's going to go to the 3 ball right now. So there is an issue here with the 4 and the 9, but it appears that the 4 does pass the 9.
Both balls do pass
each other
to the corner pocket.
Right,
so
all right.
Let's see.
Oh, Jeff is really cheating the pocket now.
Oh, his nerves are probably taking a beating with that. He keeps thinking, did I miss? Did I just miss?
He's shooting. This is his best rack so far. The way he's shooting this rack.
And he's at least made up for at least 1 penalty here if he, barring any mistake. Stop ball there. Bam.
That's his best rack. There you go. 247. You're right, man. He made up for at least 1 penalty on that one. That was 0 penalties in rack number 3. And he still has 2 more racks to rectify.
So he's at 247. This is approximately 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Okay, he needs to have the last 2 racks just like that one.
He just needs to finish here, Manny, under a time of 4:54. He needs to finish under a time of 4:54 to eliminate Benoc Regalario.
With the penalties?
Oh, no. You're right. He still has 2 penalties.
2 penalties.
Yeah, so he needs to finish with a time of at least 4:34. It's attainable if he can actually just get the last 2 racks. He's in trouble right now. I mean, you can't say that he's not. He's in trouble right now because of the 2 penalties. But if rack number 3 was any indication, he could be on a roll here. Here's the 4th rack.
All right.
That's a better break.
Oh, that pink 4 might give him some trouble. Oh, he's taking care of that.
Well, he missed it, though. But he's going to shoot it now.
He wants to be perfectly in line for that kind of shot.
Oh, he is losing the cue ball here a bit, man. The cue ball's traveling a lot more. Behind the back shot. Yeah, he's losing a lot of time with the cue ball traveling a lot. Oh, that was close.
He needs to address that pink 4 somewhere down the road here.
I thought he was going to do it from here. Now he's going to have to do it right with this shot. Too close to it, though. He still can't do it.
Well, he can take care of it here.
There's going to be a little over a minute in this rack. That's not going to do it. And he's on top of the 10, too.
He's missed it.
Take a penalty. No, he made it.
He made it.
Yeah. So there you go. 3:57 total so far. The time he needs to beat now overall is 4:54 plus penalty. So he has to shoot this at 4. He has to finish with a time of 4:30.
27 seconds. He needs to finish.
Right. There you go.
Like 27 seconds.
Right.
That's a tall order.
Well, let's see now. He can also aim for Benoc Regalario's time at 5:04 right now. But knowing that the veterans are coming up, you're probably an endangered species at this point. And he is a cobra. So let's see if the Cobra
He's
can survive.
taking a look at the time, and he's calculating in his head how fast does he need.
Well, again, he's got
to finish this rack.
Yeah, he's got 2 penalties right now. So well, with his opening shot, everything is still moving. That's still fine. Come on, Jeff, you can do this.
So far, so good.
Cue ball's really moving like a snail in terms of the preparation shots. He's not going to get it done here, Manny.
Well,
he's still got 2 more penalties to tack on. He's awkward on this 10. He's going to bank it. Gets it. And the cue ball is going to stop at 4:48. And you tack on the penalties. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. Jeff Ignacio is going to be eliminated. Ignacio and Regalario's time of 5:04 still stands as the 2nd place time. Because it's going to be 5:08 for Jeff. And he's going to be out here, Manny.
Well, actually, I'm kind of surprised because Jeff Ignacio is one of those guys who I at least thought would be shoo-in for the finals here.
Well, he did win a championship here in one of our tournaments when he won the Hard Times 10-ball cup against Ronnie Alcano. But might not be his day here today. Anything over 5:04 eliminates him. Levan Corteza already looking. He's not going to be up next. It's going to be Dennis Orcollo up next, actually. Because Levan Corteza is the overall leader at the end of round number 1. And here's the official time. That's not going to do it. We have lost 1 player now. Jeff Ignacio has been eliminated from the competition with an official time of 5:08:33. Unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. And the youngest player we have here, Ignacio and Regalario, is kind of in the bubble right now. So whoever can make at least a sub 5 minute and 4 second score will eliminate Ignacio and Regalario.
Hey, you know, Benok and Jericho are still on the ropes here because you got the 2 veterans with the best times in the first round. They could emerge going up against each other in the final. We'll see.
All right. Let's see what Dennis Orcollo has up his sleeve.
Dennis Orcollo, has 1 penalty so far. That was his opening shot of rack number 1 and round number 1. He's been flawless since.
All right.
Jaynard's making sure now. Here comes Dennis Orcollo.
I've seen him play speed pool before, and he kind of runs around the table funny as well.
Wow, that's a pretty wide open break this time. He's got 2 problems at the table now.
Well, there's no problem with the 4 and 9. The 5 and the 1 and the 6, I'm not too sure about that. But both balls are available in either corner pocket, so. And take a look at how he runs around the table.
Right, he hesitated on the 4 there. He was thinking of shooting the 4. Now he's got to use the 7 to get in. So this one clears. So not a problem anymore there. Got the 1 ball, goes 3 rails around. That's going to cost him some time. When the balls travel around the rails, time continues. Oh, Dennis with his first miss. It's a penalty. He's going to have to use a 4-9 combination to get it done. Comes up a bit short here on the 5. He's already past 1 minute here in his opening rack. Gets it into the side. You have to shoot the 10 all the way down. 1:12 is the slowest rack we've had so far in the second round, Manny.
Slowest by terms of the opening rack. But let's see if Dennis can improve on that. That's 112 with a 1-shot penalty.
Yeah, with a 1-shot penalty already.
1 miss penalty, rather.
Yeah. So he still has time, once again, to rectify that mistake.
Here, as pointed out by Lair Sorlid.
Iyer Sorlid, yeah.
Iyer Sorlid.
Yeah.
Okay, bunny hop. Yeah, he does look like he's bunny hopping all over the table.
Imagine if Dennis had the Easter Bunny costume while he's playing this. That's something you can't unimagine, by the way, guys. He's playing a lot better here in rack number 2.
Oh, there you go. Shot after shot. Rapid fire.
Yeah, it's like a RoboCop. Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
This is 8 going to the 4.
Again, the cue ball traveling a lot. You're going to have to wait. He just lost 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Will the cue ball travel that far away? Well, this is going to be better because no penalties here, and he's at 203. So he's right around where Jericho Banares was at the end of his rack number 2.
All right. So that was at least 9 seconds less.
Right. And no, that's also a reprieve here for Dennis, because if you look back at where Jericho Banares was at 204 at the end of round number 2, Dennis, despite the fact that he had a very slow first rack and a penalty, was able to erase all of that. So he's on track to actually knock off the Panday and the youngster.
Hang on. But he does have a penalty, right?
He does have a penalty. I'm saying that if he plays penalty free at that speed for the
all
next
right.
3 racks, he has a big chance of taking the lead.
Oh, true. I agree.
There we go, rack 3. Now, Dennis is still waiting. You know, he can shoot already right now, same way Benok did.
Taking the 1 ball.
2 and the 8 in the same pocket. Oh, he's going to take the 8 the opposite. See that? This is going to be quick.
Check out how he's managing his cue ball. Not a lot
better.
of movement.
Yeah, a lot better than the first 2 racks, Manny.
Mm-hmm.
This is a necessary travel here. That's what you call an essential travel. This is going to be fast.
Dennis Orcollo has figured out how he should approach these racks.
Oh, yeah, the cue ball's got to stop, though. There you go. Time that's within just a little over 3 minutes. He's still okay. But remember, he does have 2 penalties already.
So on average, like he's taken a minute for each rack because that was his 3rd rack. Adding on a 10-second penalty here.
Was it just 1 or 2 penalties already?
I believe just 1.
Okay, just 1 penalty. We're going to double check that. But yeah, Dennis Orcollo, so far so good for him. 2 more racks. Let's see if he can improve in terms of speed here. And Jaynard gets out of the way because here comes the break from the RoboCop.
Oh, he wants separation in a 4-9. It's not good.
Yeah.
Doesn't look good for him.
There's nothing in sight that can separate it, though.
Oh, he might take
this
it on
one
here.
Yeah, this one. Oh, so he's going to just shoot over it right now. Does it really pass? Is the 4 and is the 4 available? Okay.
Maybe so. This will tell.
Okay, the 4 was available.
Oh. Dennis Orcollo is saying, what problem?
Wow, Dennis has just made up a lot of time here. And he realized that he needs to make that cue ball stop. So he's now under 4 minutes, but he does have 1 penalty, as you mentioned, Manny.
So the time to beat is 5 minutes and 4 seconds.
Yeah, 5:04. That eliminates Ignacio Regalario. That is attainable if he can do another rack that's like 50 seconds, because he does have a 10-second penalty that he's already incurred. Is that Galbudit? Galbudit saying hello. Claudine. Yeah, Galbudit's here. Oh, well, we've been overrun now by the Sharkanatics here at the Reelive Network. They're all here now. So this is the final rack for Dennis Orcollo in the second round. The question is, do we see him in the final round, or will this be his last rack in the competition?
Okay.
Dennis can shoot now. The moment the cue ball stops.
He needs to shoot something.
Again, he's just working with one penalty.
He needs a 30-second rack to qualify.
He just needs to beat the 5:04 time of Benoc Regalario. He has to hurry now. He's a little behind the pace. He's a little behind the pace. That hesitation's not going to help him. Oh, he's hesitated again here, Manny.
Oh, he's in trouble. Dennis Orcollo is in trouble.
And there is a one penalty that he needs to overcome. 3 balls. Got to get it in less than 5 seconds now.
It's going to be tight.
Oh, this is going to be close. Oh, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. Oh, he's not going to do it. Oh, boy. Dennis Orcollo came so close. Well, he still has one penalty to tack onto this. That's going to put him at 509. And Benoc Regalario's score is going to hold.
Imagine that. So far, okay, the first 2 leaders of this round are holding their ground.
Yeah, 454 for Jericho Banares, 504 for Benoc Regalario, and if you tack on the 10-second penalty for Dennis Orcollo, that'll put him at 509 and out of the competition. Edwin Salinas, one of the friends of Coach Monching Mystica, asking for a shout-out from Saskatoon, Canada. All right, there it is. Officially, Dennis Orcollo is now eliminated from the competition with an official time of 5:09:45. The only guy who can now crash the party of Jericho Banares and Benoc Regalario is our current leader, Livan Corteza.
All right. So, one more player, okay, who can bust Benoc Regalario from his bubble.
Right, and the thing is right now, with the scoreline being as it is, Jericho Banares is already assured of a spot in the final.
Exactly. So,
there he is, Livan Corteza, gentleman from Davao, the 42-year-old.
Livan Corteza now warming up, stretching.
That's Julius Orcollo, by the way, the brother of Dennis, who also saw action in the Quezon City 10-ball open. As was this gentleman, Livan Corteza as well. Here it is. He has to perform 5 racks and beat 5 minutes and 4 seconds total. Now, Livan Corteza has 0 penalties so far in this competition. And he is back on his horse.
He wants to take care of the balls down table early.
And again, 5:04 is attainable. A sub 5-minute round is attainable. Just don't make any mistakes like fouling or missing a ball. And he has not done that through the first 3 racks that he's played in this competition. Question is, can he sustain it? Remember, he's 42 years old. Really not that old, but also not that young.
Well, he's got experience under his belt.
Look at this. Look at this. Fastest rack. Fastest rack. Come on. Oh, no, it's not going to be the fastest rack. But this is going to be perhaps...
Well, fastest rack still belongs to Benoc Regalario.
Yeah, that's right. So 1 minute point 46. That's not a bad start for Livan Corteza. But again, through 4 racks, he is flawless. No mistakes yet. No misses, no fouls. And again, the only time that he has to set his eyes on is the 5:04 of Benoc Regalario.
If he can at least make 5:03, so it's going to be Banares versus Corteza.
Yeah, that's going to be it. Anything over that, it's going to be the 15-year-old taking on the 31-year-old. Here now the 42-year-old. Again, he just has to wait for the cue ball to stop. Oh, there you go. Back in motion. Back in motion now. Levan. Oh, now he's hesitated. I just love the way he runs around the table. It's like somebody pushes the fast forward button. and he's there immediately in the next spot.
Oh, almost scratched there. Well, you don't like that kind of hesitation in speed pool.
Yeah.
You just want to keep on shooting, shooting, and shooting.
That one cleared for the 4.
He's going to go for the 1 this time. Oh.
Yeah, the thing is right now, he's going to go over a minute for this rack. So that's going to mess up his time goals.
Well, not quite.
It's going to be over a minute, though. There you go.
There you go. A minute and 2 seconds.
Hey, this is still Jericho Banares' pace, remember? Ignacio and Regalario set a ridiculous pace for the first 2 racks. Jericho Banares was a 2:04 at the end of his second rack, so this is 2:02, not bad for Levan Corteza, but the most important thing is still flawless, no fouls, no misses for the gentleman from Davao.
That strategy of Benok to shoot while the other balls were still moving,
that helped him a lot.
That helped him a lot.
Yeah.
On each rack, he was able to save at least 1 to 2 seconds.
Wow, Levan Corteza now on the midway point, rack number 3 of 5. Still flawless, still no penalties.
Oh, he's taking too much time.
Yeah, no, he sees something now that he wants to hit. This looks like a better strategy. Cue ball, yeah.
He wants to go down table.
For Levan Corteza so far, man, he's not had any clumps of balls coming off the break. That's really helping him.
Well, that's he knows how to manage his break.
Look at this. He's working on probably his fastest rack of the second round.
He's really playing this.
He's running. He's really running. I'm like, those 42-year-old legs are really getting their exercise today. No misses so far. And his first sub 1 minute round. There you go. First sub 1 minute rack. Looking good. And Ignacio and Regalario better start praying now. Because the veteran is on another gear. The time to beat for Levan Corteza, Manny, let's just remind the fans, 5 minutes and 4 seconds. That is the time that Levan Corteza must beat. Jericho Banares is already through to the final.
He can't afford any penalty here.
Rack number 4, 2 more to go. So near yet so far away for Levan Corteza.
All right, if Levan Corteza can get another, well, rather two more 40-second racks, he's golden.
Yeah, even if he gets like 2 more 50-second racks, it's fine already at this point. He's sub 3 minutes through 3 racks.
Oh, yeah. And he doesn't have any penalty, right?
Zero.
So
he's the only guy who's been flawless so far.
Okay, looking at the 3-5, the side at the side rail, that might pose some problems.
He stops a bit there, looks at it right now. Is he gonna address it? Yeah, from the 8 ball. Oh, yes, he does. Yeah, passes the 1, the 9. The 9 is attainable.
Levan Corteza is playing to win.
He is. He's not just playing to qualify. He's playing to take the lead once again. He is our current leader at the end of the first round. He's trying to send a statement to Jericho Banares. Watch out, Panday. Here I come. Another sub 1 minute for Jericho for Levan Corteza. Jericho Banares is probably thinking already, all right, it looks like it's going to be inevitable at this point.
Whoa, it's going to be a minute and 9 seconds difference for Levan Corteza to beat Benok Regalario's time, right?
Right. But he's
So-
actually looking at the way Levan Corteza is playing, and you know him from being a very fierce competitor. He's going for Jericho's time. He's not going for
Right.
Benok's time. He knows he can beat Benok's time. He's going for Jericho's time.
He wants first.
Yep. Jericho's time of 3:50. Oh, make that 4:54. If Levan Corteza finishes with a sub 1 minute round here, he'll take the lead. But the order of business is to go under 109 to beat Benok Regalario and advance to the final. He's a lot slower now here in the fifth round, on the fifth rack, than he was in the previous two. Can he
Well,
pick up the pace?
He just doesn't want to make any mistake here. It is very crucial.
Nudges the 10. 3 still clears.
He's running. He's flying across that table.
He's going
Noel.
for the lead here. He's not going for... He knows he's going to eliminate Benok Regalario. He just wants to be the number one. And there it is, officially. 0 penalties for Levan Corteza, and he finishes with the best time in the second round. And he is through to the final, Manny Argonza.
Yeah, he's like the fastest stick in the first and second round.
That's true. And that's sending a statement out of Jericho Banares. Panday, I'm coming for you. So 4:47, 0 penalties. It will be Levan Corteza going up against Jericho Banares in the final of the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. Unfortunately for the 15-year-old Benok Regalario, his time of 5:04 is not going to hold up.
That's very unfortunate, but it was a great performance. It was a great performance. He finished ahead of other veteran players like Dennis Orcollo, Jeff De Luna, Jeff Ignacio, and Anton Raga.
So that is the official time now for Levan Corteza. 5 racks in under 5 minutes, but big time under 5 minutes. 4 minutes and 47 seconds with no penalties. And the final is now set. It will be the gentleman from Davao, the 42-year-old Levan Corteza, taking on the 31-year-old from Antipolo City, Jericho Banares, in our SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. And I believe we're going to take a short break. When we return, we will talk to the players before we get into the final. Again, Levan Corteza versus Jericho Banares for the final of the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. All right, we are down to the final. This will now be a race to 7 racks. All right, we're going to play 7 racks here in the final. And our 2 protagonists for the final of the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge will be the gentleman from Davao, Levan Corteza, against the gentleman from Antipolo, Jericho Banares. Let's talk to Levan Corteza first. It looks like age is just a number for you right now, Levan, being the oldest player left in the competition. What are your thoughts now going up against Jericho Banares?
Well, for me, I just want to maintain my my speed to win this tournament. And well, my strategy again is just have fun, enjoy the game.
Are we going to see you tumble around the table like you did earlier?
Yeah, maybe something. I'm gonna do that later.
All right, this is your opportunity to greet all of your fans right now before you get into the final with Jericho.
Well, I just want to greet my family in Davao City, Corteza family in Davao City, and my friends, and my sponsor, the BNQs.
All right, Levan Corteza, good luck to you. Now, Jericho Banares, you're going up against Levan Corteza. At this moment, what's going through your mind?
I feel nervous because my opponent is, like I said before, I didn't know how to play that. So just enjoy and stay focused.
And you've got thousands, if not millions of fans watching you right now. Panday, this is your opportunity to greet all of them.
Binabati ko lahat ng mga nanonood dyan. At saka itong laban na ito, dinededicate ko kay Johan Chua.
Yeah, he says he's dedicating the final to Johan Chua. Let's see if that's extra motivation for Jericho Banares. The final in just a few minutes, Manny.
All right, so we are at our final 2, Panday versus Banban. All right, Jericho Banares and Levan Corteza. Levan Corteza, at the end of 8 racks, is playing fast and flawless, while Jericho Banares is just playing it cool and composed. So let's see who's going to wind up victorious here.
All right, I'm back. Jericho Banares is going first here in the final round against 7 racks. I'm looking forward to Levan Corteza tumbling across the table.
Oh, that's his ritual for today. Okay,
Yeah.
So the table's been being very good to him. So well, that must work.
So again, all the scores from the previous 2 rounds are now erased. Mano y mano for the final. So now Jericho Banares will be going first. Again, Manny, as we mentioned, 7 racks. Here we go.
7 racks each. All right. Timer is going on. Jericho Banares making his first ball.
And is the 6 and 9 going to be an issue? Moving forward, the issue here is that Jericho missed the 3. He's on 1 penalty.
That's an early miss by Jericho Banares. He's going to use. All right.
Well, now the cue ball is moving a little slow. It took 8 seconds for the cue ball to come to rest after the last shot.
Okay. So
6 seconds. Again, these are essential travels, but of course, if you're Jericho, you want the cue ball to be stopping really quick. He's got 3 balls, and he's going to shoot this rack in a little over a minute. He's already working with 1 penalty. Remember, he said he's dedicating the final to Johan Chua. And he is going to get a minute and 11. A spotty start with 1 penalty for the man they call the Panday. The Jericho Banares has 6 more racks to complete here in the final.
well, not one of Jericho's finer performances, but he's going to be looking to improve on that.
Yeah, Mike Trepanier is saying they should take turns in the final. Actually, the format's already been set, so 7 straight now in the final here. And it's going to put a lot of pressure to the incoming player, which will be Levan Corteza, our leader. And Jericho Banares now waiting for Jaynard Orca to finish the racking. Here we go, rack number 2. We are in motion. 7 racks here in the final.
Jericho Banares playing cool and composed here. So
I'm not quite sure. Yeah, sorry, Manny.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if that's a good strategy against Levan Corteza, though.
Yeah. Because as I said it, Levan is playing fast and flawless.
Yeah. When you say the word flawless, you're talking about no penalties for Levan Corteza.
He hasn't missed the ball, hasn't made any fouls.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing you can shake a stick at.
Oh, this is going to be a faster rack now for Jericho, especially with the way he's controlling the cue ball. Again, this is an essential travel for the cue ball to get to that one. It's a little funny here on the 8. He's got to land properly on it.
He elected to take that in the corner so that the cue ball will not move. All right.
So he's exactly at a minute in that rack.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly 1 minute. Now he's got 5 more racks to go. The nice thing about this is he's setting the bar now for Levan Corteza to hurdle. Right, if we may use an athletic term, he's setting the bar.
If the first 2 rounds were any indicator, Levan is very much capable of hurdling that bar.
You're right. Now, can Jericho pick up the performance here from racks 3 to 7? So rack 1 was spotty. Rack 2 was a lot better, but not good as well. Let's see if rack 3 changes things. He's hesitated again. He was looking at the 9 ball, but didn't shoot it. He's got it to another flight path. Do you like the way he's now making sure that the cue ball just stays at one spot?
Well, he knows that that's the key there. Keep that cue ball moving as little as possible.
He overran the 4, though.
Oh, he didn't want that.
He still might get lucky here because he can still see the 6 clean, but he's going to shoot the 9 first. It's still going to be at around a minute at the rate he's going.
All right.
There's time. By a second, it's under a minute.
So each rack is, so far, is averaging a little like a minute and 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Plus, but that's not counting his one penalty miss.
Yeah, he's got 1 penalty. He's improved here. He's steadily improving over the first, after the first rack, which was a disaster at 1:12. He's hit a minute and he's hit 59 seconds. So, but remember, he still has that 1 penalty. So at the halfway mark of the final now.
You know, Noel, one thing that as I'm watching Jericho here, even though he does know he has a penalty, he doesn't seem phased. He's still concentrated very much on the game.
I don't think Jericho gets phased with anything by Levan Corteza, by cockroaches, by anything. He has the same mentality in every competition that he goes into. The only time I saw Jericho Banares flinch was when he went up against Efren Reyes in the quarterfinals of the Origin Cup. That's the only time I saw it. When Jericho was like, okay, I'm up against my idol. If he wins, he wins. And Efren did win.
Well, that's Efren Reyes for you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still pretty good here for going under a minute. Ooh, ran into the 6 now. He's going to lose the cue ball a bit here. Ah, missed again. That's his 2nd penalty.
And he can't.
He snookered. That's his 3rd penalty now for hitting. No, that's not a penalty if you hit the 10 ball. So he's only down to 2 penalties or 3 penalties now because he did miss. There you go. So 433 plus 3 penalties now.
Oh, that's gonna cost Jericho.
So we're now heading into rack number 5. This is not a pretty high bar to set, though, if you're going up against somebody who is still flawless so far. But again, anything can happen, even to Levan Corteza. Jericho Banares, 5, 6, 7, so 3 more racks.
to make up, he needs 2 or 3 30-second racks.
I don't know if he's going to get it in this one. Ooh, another one. That's his 4th penalty.
Levan Corteza was playing flawlessly, and with 4 penalties, Jericho Banares would need to get lucky to win this.
He's electing to shoot the 3 instead of the 9, so he could address the 5 ball. Again, this is not a pretty high bar to. He's going behind the back now for the 5. Not a pretty high bar to set here. Now the thing is, even if Jericho does not set a very high bar for Levan Corteza, the hurdle, is Levan Corteza going to get a little overconfident? That could be. We'll see, because there are still 2 racks remaining. Jericho Banares now at 5:43 through 5 racks, so he's 43 seconds over the 5, like a minute each. So he's added more. Plus, he's got 4 penalties, too. It's not looking good. Let's see if he can turn things around here in racks 6 and 7.
Well, at the rate that he's going, Noel, I'm imagining he's going to take like 8 minutes for the 7 racks.
Oh, let's see.
Okay, as called in by our referee, Jaynard Orque. Okay, this is Jericho Banares' 6th rack.
Yeah, Jaynard wasn't even done saying rack 6, and Jericho had already put things in motion. He knows he's got a lot of time to make up here. He's going first, though, so regardless of the outcome here, he's going to still be in first place. Depends on Levan Corteza's performance.
And that's not a great feeling. I mean, as a competitor, knowing that your fate hangs in the balance or depends on your opponent, it's got to bring some nerves to you. All right. This rack's looking better.
Cue ball slipping away again, though. Oh, okay. That's still over a minute, though. That rack still took over a minute. It was 103. That's a 103 rack, and he's now in his last rack. And he'd better pray that Levan Corteza gets into all sorts of troubles in his 7-rack performance coming up, because this is not a good time. You called 8 minutes, Manny?
Together, so let's just assuming that there's going to be like a 1-minute rack here for Jericho, plus his 4 penalties. Well, it's going to be somewhere around a minute and a half. I mean, 8 minutes and a half.
This is it. Final rack now in the final for Jericho Banares.
All right. Addressing the 2 ball early. Okay, and looks like he's going for the 5 ball next. 6 ball coming up. Okay, I wonder how he's going to do for the 4 and 9. Maybe take care of the 4 first after this 7.
There's still 4 more penalties to be assessed on Jericho Banares. He's going to go above the 8-minute mark here. There it is. Time 7:44 plus 4 penalties, Manny. That's going to put him at around, what, 8:24?
8:24.
Yeah.
Roughly there. I did call a minute and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so.
Well, it came to a point already in the runouts that he was doing that he just tried to avoid mistakes. And you know that even in American football, when you start playing prevent, that's the time when your opponent might actually come back. So he tried to play mistake-free instead of trying to play it with speed. So that means he slowed down considerably, although that was an under 1 minute rack that he had in rack number 7.
Good observation there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be 8:24:55. The official time here for Jericho Banares, which we will be showing on our screens very soon. There it is. 4 penalties, 3 missed shots, and a foul. That's when he hit the 10 ball. So 8:24:55. Now let's see if Levan Corteza is going to run into the same problems here. He has not had a single penalty yet. And he may afford to take his time here, Manny.
Uh-huh. Well, if Levan plays true to form, okay, well, he's not going to have any problems taking the championship today. Oh, Levan couldn't wait to...
Well, he's still not shooting, though. He's 6 seconds into the rack, and he hasn't shot anything yet.
Well, he's making up that lost time by bunny hopping around the table.
And the Slayer looking to slay this. There's still an issue down there. I think the 9 and the 4. He's got to take the 4 now. There you go.
For someone who's never played speed pool before, Levan Corteza is showing no signs of weakness.
Hey, you know what? As Levan gets a
sub 1 minute,
55 second rack. You know, Levan Corteza, before he became a professional pool player, was actually a basketball player. So that actually helps in terms of the physique. You can see the way he's moving around, and he really hasn't put on that much weight. I don't think he's even put on enough weight from when he started as a professional billiards player.
I agree. I remember seeing this guy like over 20 years ago.
He's a scrawny kid.
And he still looks pretty much the same. Only with more tattoos on his arms.
Yeah, and again, this guy does not smoke, so he's still kept himself in shape. And again, a former basketball player, so that's going to play in the way he uses his footwork around the table. Believe it or not, that comes into play here.
He's sidestepping a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do. Well, there used to be something you say here, like the gospel according to Levan Corteza.
Yes,
so
that's true.
let's see his footwork. So the Corteza shuffle.
Okay, I'm with you on that.
All right. So
he just did the behind the back like Magic Johnson.
Speaking of which,
and see this 4-rail travel, he now knows that he's comfortably in the lead. So he can afford to take these 4-rail travel shots with a cue ball.
Again.
There it is. Another
sub 1 minute finish.
Yeah. And
Levan Corteza in 10 racks again, still playing fast and flawless.
Flawless is the word right now. The time to beat is 8 minutes and 24 seconds. That's the time Levan Corteza erected during his run. Now this game is not like golf where you have like a one-shot lead and then you run into like a a quintuple bogey. That won't happen here. That won't happen here. Unless he misses like 7 or 8 shots in a row or something, which is ridiculous. It doesn't happen. Look at this. The cue ball is not even going anywhere past 3 feet again.
Look at that. How many shots he's already done from one side of the table. Oh, he's overran. That's why.
Well, he's going to get the 7 into the side. And 8 into the side as well. Why not? Another one. Flawless and under a minute. He's breathing a bit now. Not quite sure if he realizes that he just needs to be flawless. Not even fast anymore at this point. You're pretty sure he can get 4 racks in less than 6 minutes, right?
It's like if the standard was or as they say in golf, if the par was 1 minute per rack, he's running 5 seconds below par.
Oh yeah, he's putting for eagle every time now. It's a little stronger on that break, but again, you know, balls are still moving. As long as the cue ball doesn't move, you can start shooting. This is a clinic, guys. I mean, it's really hard to believe that Levan Corteza never played speed pool in his entire life, and yet he's conducting a clinic on how to play speed pool. He is, as we mentioned earlier, the reigning 9-ball champion in the Derby City Classic when he defeated the killer Joshua Filler in the final.
Hey, check this out.
Wow, that's really fast. That's another sub 1 minute. That's a sub 50.
That's sub 50 rack.
That's a sub 50-second rack.
That's 49 seconds. It took him 49 seconds because the time on his third rack was like, what, 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah.
So this isn't, wow, 11 seconds less.
Hey, all our fans watching right now, sorry, we can't really engage with you right now because Levan Corteza is shooting the lights out here. Rack 5, 3 racks to go to make it official, actually, at the rate he's going. If you're just joining us, Jericho Banares had already gone first and ran into all sorts of problems during his 7-rack performance, finishing with a time of 8:24, which also included 3 misses and 1 foul. So 8:24 is an attainable number to beat here at the rate Levan Corteza is pocketing. We are in rack number 5 of 7.
I think Levan Corteza is going for some kind of a world record.
He's
here.
going for a fast break right now. Runs into the 10. This makes it a little bit hard. We may see the first miss. Let's see. No, it's still good. And even Jaynard Orca's got to run now to the table and set this up real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 13 racks, Levan Corteza is playing flawlessly. He hasn't missed a ball. He hasn't made a foul. Okay. And in this last and championship round, he's been playing on average like 50 seconds per rack.
About thereabouts, right? He had a 49er earlier. And here's a guy who likes to chalk up after every shot. He hasn't even chalked up. He's chalking up before every rack. And you're right about the fact that they're not using the break cue anymore. They're just using the playing cue and going for it. 5-ball might be a problem later on. Let's see how he addresses this. He's going to take it from the 6, it appears. Oh, he's going to come down.
He's going to take that 5 after shooting the 9.
Okay.
Right, there you go.
Just approaching the 5-minute mark.
And he's going to take that 9 here. There you go. Problem solved.
Wow, this is going to be the fastest one yet, Manny. Oh, make sure that the cue ball stops. There you go.
Ooh la la, Levan Corteza is on fire.
That is sub 45 now for Levan Corteza. He's putting on a show, and Jericho Banares is already looking at him. Come on, slow down. He is 3 minutes ahead of the pace of Jericho Banares, and he says isa na lang, which means one more. Looks like he wants to be subbed out of the game, but he still needs to take the winning shot.
He wants to finish all 7 racks under 6 minutes.
Man, that'll be fantastic. He was under 3 minutes In the 3-rack portion, he was under 5 minutes in the 5-rack portion.
Nick Patrick, I agree with you. What a beast.
Yes.
Corteza is really a beast at this speed pool competition.
And again, no misses. No misses. I mean, that's 10 balls through, how many racks are we doing now here? Through 15 racks. So he's going to make what? 150 pots.
Without missing a ball.
Well, let's not jinx it, of course.
Oh, I hope we don't jinx it.
Look at this. Look at that footwork again. The basketball player coming out. This to make it official. Levan Corteza, 150 consecutive balls made. And he is going to be the champion of the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge by a good 2 minutes over Jericho Banares.
Not a ball missed.
150 consecutive pots. And one of the most dominating performances you're ever going to see here in Sharks. We're going to talk to the winner in just a bit, but Manny, I want to get your final thoughts on this competition.
Well, my heart is still racing, Noel. My heart is still racing. You know what? That was exciting, okay? The speed pool, the factor of having these players play so fast, watching them run around the table as fast as they can and making those balls, it is amazing. It's amazing. I wish we have more of this.
Well, we're going to have the official score, of course, for Levan Corteza, the official time for Levan Corteza. There it is, 6 minutes and 16 seconds to beat Jericho Banares' 8 minutes and 24 seconds. A dominating performance, 0 misses, 0 fouls, 150 pots in a row.
Amen.
For the 42-year-old from Davao City, Levan Corteza. We're going to have a word with our players and the awarding ceremonies in just a few moments. Stay with us right here on the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge. At the end of it all, for our first ever SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge, it is Levan Corteza defeating Jericho Banares by a good 2 minutes. But before we talk to our champion, we will talk to the Panday. Panday, when it came down to it in the final, in the last 7 racks, you ran into all sorts of problems. Take us through your final 7 racks here.
I missed 4 balls in many racks, so that's why I'm lost.
What do you have to say to Levan Corteza after his performance here today?
Very good performance. Congratulations.
And of course, thank you very much, our second placer, Jericho Banares. And now we talk to our champion who used his basketball training as a weapon to defeat Jericho Banares, Levan Corteza. Tell us about the win here today. 150 consecutive pots.
Yeah, I never expect I'm going to win this tournament. I mean, for me, I'm just for fun. I mean, I'm just trying to, I mean, to play faster than I can. And then, well, it happens. I won the event.
Well, now that you've entered the speed pool for the first time in your career, will we see more Levan Corteza's speed pool appearances around the world now?
Hopefully they have a speed pool event.
So Levan Corteza is the winner, ladies and gentlemen. Before we let these gentlemen go, another opportunity for you to greet your friends and family. Jericho, we start with you.
Una, binabati ko yung family ko sa Antipolo, asawa ko, anak ko, tsaka yung mga taga Batangas, sila Jologs, sila Papa, tsaka yung mga taga Talisay, sila Kelvin, lahat. Stay safe. Ingat kayo.
All right, thank you, Jericho. And now for you, Mr. Levan Corteza, who tumbles over the table, by the way.
I would like to thanks, by the way, the sponsor, SAKSI, and to Bugsy Promotion, and to my family. I would like to thank my family, my fans. Take care, guys. I hope you enjoy the game. God bless.
One more from Jericho.
Thank you sa Sharks, Bugsy Promotion, Mariano family. Mabuhay kayo. God bless.
This has been a very special day in the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge, and it was a record-setting day with Levan Corteza not missing a single shot en route to the championship. Levan Corteza, the winner of the SAKSI Speed Pool Challenge, and that's all the time we have for you right here on Sharks and on the Reelive TV network. For my partner, Manny Argonza, my name is Noel Zarate. We will see you next time. Stay safe, and God bless everyone.